Trips awakening, y'all will feel my ancient signals, one within the universe and universes inside of me. Now, y'all know I said so many times everything is, scripted, and in this cube, this illusion, you got certain entities that's controlling y'all's frequency. They either hybrids or some of y'all earthlings. Y'all pledge to these society groups and do certain oaths. All right. When it comes to sports, the whole thing is set up. When it comes to boxing, they hype up certain individuals and they put it in your face, like, with these movies, these plays. And, like I said, certain radio stations that even goes back in the day before the television, before y'all got it, because they've been having the technology. Like I said, they play with certain things and let y'all have it and take y'all's DNA and build certain devices and stuff like that. Because like I said, you already got certain things already inside of you. Okay. So they got y'all depending on the machine, and you're more than the machine out there. It's like I said before, they want you to merge with the machines and keep you distracted and, steal your energy. Okay. With the distractions like the games. Okay. When it comes to the games, the realest games you're going to probably ever see, as when, the star seeds, the children, whenever they play sports through, elementary, middle school, and high school. All right. And then it all depends how great they are in high school. Like especially if they're the senior, you notice they go all the way up to 12. That's one of the numbers, 12s. Number 12, my apologies. They will, talk to them. And some of them already, some individuals' parents are already Freemasons. So certain individuals that you see, like, it could be, college, they either in a fraternity or a sorority, like, because, females, they play sports as well, They either pledge or their parents are Freemasons, parents. But anyway, they got y'all messed up on so many different levels, and I'm going to break it down. But like I said, that's probably going to be the realest. That's not scripted or staged. Okay? Just to put that out there. Far as I know of. If you actually really want to, if you into sports, you really want to see a great game or something like that, that's not, set up, staged. That's your best bet to watch that. But if you want to look at the stage entertainment, these live shows that you see all over the cube, or some of y'all go to these games, the NBA, the NFL, or the baseball games. And I said before, the baseball, if you look at the stadium, it's basically shaped like the Masonic symbol. If you really pay attention to it, like almost like the pyramid. And I said this before, if you really pay attention to it, and you go strike 3, you're out. I could really break that down. But, when it comes to that, they're controlling your frequency. Okay. And the boxers, let's talk about the boxers first. The boxers basically, they already plugged in the society groups. Okay. Some of them they'll hype up and let them be undefeated. And I know some of you sport fans probably going to get into your feelings, but hey, I don't care. Like, for example, Mike Tyson. And it was a couple of fighters that could kick Mike Tyson's ass. But some of them go through, you know, they got to do that ritual to help cast spells on y'all, you know. Or if one of them break the rules, because some of them get hypnotized. Some of these fighters get hypnotized, you know, like certain refs, you know, they hypnotize either the ref or whoever's in their corner. They will like hypnotize them, and they will be basically a different person, and then the other fighter will knock them out, you know. And they put this in your face. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was this movie Let's Do It Again with Bill Cosby. If correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Let's Do It Again. But they even put it in your face, these movies, like, you know, Rocky. You know, like they putting this stuff in your face like the whole thing is set up. And then they get y'all when they do a documentary or something like that, you know, behind the scenes. And some of y'all go for it. Y'all don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Okay? Y'all just going by what they give you. You get what I'm saying? So with the fights, you know, like they're set up. And y'all don't pay attention to the belts. You don't pay attention to the numbers and stuff like that. Certain numbers control your frequency that I talked about. Like certain belts, some of the belts got the eagle on it. And got like Masonic symbols on these belts. So, you know, they have these belts and stuff because they doing what they supposed to do. All right. Now, if one of them break the rules, you know, they would get punished for it. You know, like they'll lose the fight. Like, for example, when Mike Tyson got defeated by Buster Douglas, you know, I mean, yeah, Mike could kick his ass. He knocked him down the first round. And I felt like somebody got in his ear. It was like, you know, got in his ear and, you know, said a couple of things. And then, you know, that's when his eye got swollen. See, when they get, you know, their eye like blacked or they get their face beat in and stuff like that, that's their punishment. Just like these sororities, you know, when they, you know, these society groups, they control the sororities and the fraternities. And, you know, when they do certain things, you know how they get the paddle and do all of these sick little things, they abuse them. So, you know, when you see them getting their ass kicked, they can really beat that individual, but some of them they pledge and sign oath so they don't have to take a L. And that's to control y'all's frequency, if y'all get what I'm saying. You know, that's to control y'all's frequency. And some of y'all don't see that. You know, just like, you know, certain numbers. Like, you know, the number 13 or the number 23 and stuff when they playing basketball. Like, ball is basically, that's to confuse y'all and control y'all's frequency. You know, there's a reason why, like, if you look at the football is basically shaped like an eye. And then they got the illusion ball, and the so-called definition of ball mean confused. You know, if you look at the old dictionary, you know, they changed it so many times. And I want to do a video on the deaf to the nation. Well, y'all call it definition, but I see what's really going on there. Deaf for nation, but y'all call it definition. I'm going to do a video on that. So that's basically, you know, when you see the rims and like that's representing Saturn, you know, like and that's basically taking y'all's energy and stuff like that. And they know how to work y'all. Like a lot of these stories that y'all hear about them, you know, doing certain things and stuff, that's shame rituals that I talked about before. Or if you see somebody get hurt or knocked out, you know, that they broke a rule. So somebody else is doing it, and they will say a certain individual. You know, they'll say, oh, this individual did it, but that individual didn't do anything. You know, they got to go by the rules too. They got to play along like they did. You know, and like, and if y'all like really look at it, they do certain signs and symbols with their hands. You know, like even the media puppets and, you know, these truth channels, if you pay attention to their hands, they throw up certain signs or they do certain things with their eyes. And these sick individuals, they like to play peekaboo with that one eye and all of that crazy stuff. And, you know, not to get off topic, and then, you know, y'all throwing up certain signs, you know, the Masonic signs and stuff like the football, you know, field goal or whatever. That's like a certain symbol, certain signs. And like that, and I talked about this with the cross and the Ankh and different other symbols that y'all take in that's not even yours. You know, I talked about that. Okay. So when it comes to that, you know, they like to play peekaboo and all that little stupid stuff, giving each other symbols. And even in the background, even with movies, I guarantee you, if you watch any movie, watch a movie and you see certain numbers, they always got a number in the background. It could be a blockbuster hit, it could be a low budget movie. They either have 13, 6, or certain numbers that equals out to 6 or, you know, 13, 23, 33. You know, I could go on. You know, they've been going by the numbers. You know, and the numbers control y'all's frequency. And when one of them break a rule, like I said, they'll pay for it. They get either a shame ritual, or if they're a boxer, they'll get beat down, or a certain individual will beat them down. Y'all get what I'm saying? And that's what's going on behind the scenes. And I'm doing this on a spiritual level. You know, just like the gangs, you know, when they do something wrong, they disrespect or whatever, or they get out of line, they basically get a beat down and stuff like that. And that's what happened to these hybrids or some of you earthlings that plug in, or they'll get some of them replaced with a double or whip them up in a lab or something like that, you know. Although the negative forces in society groups created the gangs that's out on the streets, you know, and then they have these negative entities and images, these emotional images, merging with some of y'all star seeds, and they get out of control, you know. Everybody want to program their children and want them to they want them to play sports or be a rapper or into music. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with music, but you don't have to, you know, do sick rituals or do it for this illusion money, you know, or desperate for the spotlight. Okay, so they do these sick rituals, and that goes for certain individuals. You know, like I did a video saying how they confuse y'all with this sex. You know, you don't know the difference between a female or a male. All right. And some of them, you know, some of these so-called females, when you hear stories about them getting beat down and stuff like that, saying, oh, they got beat down and stuff by a certain individual, they really didn't get beat down by that certain individual. You know, it's one of these monsters, one of these negative beings that can shapeshift certain things that they can see that y'all can't see. You know, they're not even an earthling. They beat them. They give them a beat down, like on the spiritual level, you know, like somewhere else that's not here, but it affects them in this world. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like this low ass realm. They get beat down, you know. You'll probably see them with bruises or scratches, or you hear a certain celebrity catching a beat down, and they'll blame it on another individual. You get what I'm saying? They'll blame it on another individual, saying they did it and they got to go by the rules and they didn't even do anything. And you know, who control the media and who controls all of these things that's around y'all, that y'all see in front of your face. So, you know, I know y'all hear stories about certain singers saying they got beat down by certain individuals. They came out and say, oh, certain individuals got beat down. They even made movies behind it, you know. And there's other beings that's not even earthlings. These creatures, they're actually doing it. Like, but they doing it on another realm. But they have them here, and the scratches and the beat when they get beat down. And some of this happened some of this stuff happened to some of y'all earthlings. You get attacked, you know, like, you know, I'm sure some of y'all woke up with scratches and bruises and stuff. Like I said, there's certain machines that they created. Then some of them can come out the portal, like these snakes or these insects, and you know, sometimes you can pull these things out of your dreams, your subconscious. You can pull them out of other worlds, but that's another video. That's a whole nother video. And I will do a video on that. So, but that's what they do rituals and stuff, and certain things y'all can't see, and they go by the numbers. Like I said before, if you pay attention to their jerseys and stuff, or the time clock, or the points, you know, and there's a reason why they got certain, what you call it, mascot, you know, there's a reason, you know, and like I said, the whole games, I could have, if I wanted to, I could have a whole lot of illusion money, because I already know who's going to win, because the whole thing is set up. The whole thing was set up. I was off one time. But other than that, I was right. You know, like the Floyd Mayweather fight, I was off of that one. You know, but everything else, I was on point. You know, and I was just, and I didn't do that one on a spiritual level. I was just like, okay. But, you know, that's when they did that great white hype mess. So, you know, but I'm usually on point with everything else. You know, so like certain games and stuff, you know, they're to control your star seeds, so your star seeds could control others' energy out there. You know, y'all worship these athletes, y'all worship these entertainers, and they giving y'all recycled information, just like the religious freaks and the conscious Muppets. You know, and that's what's going on with the behind the scenes, the show. It's all a show. It's like WWE, you know, and if you really look at WWE, it used to be WWF, then it went to WWE. You turn it sideways, you get 33. They, you know, that's what's really going on behind the scenes. They give you all the movies, you know, and warning y'all what's going to happen and what they're going to do. That's the reason why I said there's no such thing as exposing them, because they give each other subliminal messages through the games, through the movies, even comedy movies, and other things out there. So it's nothing but a show. And y'all give y'all's energy to it. Y'all get upset, especially when certain individuals lose. Y'all put y'all's energy and your emotions, and that's how they get you, especially when you go to the games. I seen this stuff before, how they set certain things up. Like I said, I did security. You know, I did security like years ago. I seen how they set up the equipment. I seen how they use certain devices that control y'all's frequency. I seen how they set it up. And, you know, I would say it to myself. I was like, them slick bastards, you know. And they have some of y'all under the spell, you know. And, like, some of these artists, like I said before, they know certain words to say that y'all thinking they saying one thing, but they saying another. And got y'all saying it. and y'all be basically, some of y'all be under a spell. You know, but I like when it comes to the games, they do the same thing. You know, like I could actually tell y'all some stories about certain celebrities. You know that, I could like expose so many, but you know they already exposed themselves, or not actually expose them, but you know tell y'all certain things that I saw. You know, when I was doing security for certain celebrities, that, you know, I was like, you know, I'm not even going to go there. You know, I didn't sign no contracts or none of that stuff, you know. It's like some of them want to be like private and all of that stuff. And, you know, and I'd be in the corners, you know, I could see certain things that they was doing. I got what they was doing, but I'm not going to put their business out there. But I seen certain things. See, like, when I speak to y'all, I speak on stuff that I experience or that I actually I seen it with. And I don't go by the mess that TMZ, you know, which that's set up, TMZ or Wendy Williams or, you know, academics or, you know, or Shades Room and all of them. They going by, you know, certain stories or what they hear and stuff, and they riding these hybrids or these Muppets coattail, you know, or these people that do these channels and stuff like that on sports, or, you know, these puppets out there. You know, I experienced certain things. Like I said, I didn't came across certain celebrities. I met some celebrities, and some of them, you know, some of them was, you know, cool. They treated me with respect. Some of them, I seen this stuff. I met so many of them, you know, and I see, and like I said, I see certain things that y'all can't see with the physical eye. I see certain things. So the stuff that y'all hear, the whole thing is scripted, sports and all of that. So, you know, I will do another video on this, but, you know, I just want to share this with y'all. You know, if y'all give y'all's emotion and all of this stuff to these distractions, these stories that you hear, they doing rituals, or, you know, they're getting punished. Some of them get beat down by these monsters, these creatures, or they got to do the shame ritual. They're all in it together. Pay attention to the hands, pay attention to the numbers, pay attention to certain things if you into news, because I don't watch news. I see some of this sometimes on social media, and I'll be like, the mess on this low world. See, I'm somewhere totally different. You know, my physical, yes, it's here, but another part of me travels. You know, and I'm here to connect with y'all and, you know, let y'all know what's really going on, because nobody else, they're not going to tell y'all what's going on. But, you know, I'm going to definitely do another video to this. What? Did somebody say something?